Welcome to Raised in Alaska. Today we're going to take a look at the GardePro 2.0 trail camera. This is a really interesting game camera. Number one, it is a little bit on the big side. I don't know if that's going to be necessarily good or bad. Through here you can put a cable, you can put a belt. It has two mounts. It's got a mount on the very back and a mount on the very bottom, which I think is real nice. It comes with a really unique, it feels like a pretty professional grade solar panel. It'll be interesting to see if this keeps it charged the whole time, with a long cord on it. So this is meant to, it does not mount anywhere on this camera. It's really meant to be put somewhere different, which there's pros and cons to that. I think the pro to that is that you can put this like 10 feet away, pointing at the sun, so that it gets a lot of solar energy in it to keep the camera charged. So that's a huge pro. The con of it really is that it's two pieces you got to carry out. It's a little bit more work, but I think one of the big pros of that though is that you get better quality videos. So they came in two different boxes. In the solar panel box, it comes with a mount, and it comes with a decent set of directions. With the camera, it comes with a charging cord, a belt, directions about the lithium battery in it, and a very comprehensive large manual for the camera itself. Let's take a look at the camera again just for a second. It's got protective coatings on all the plastic here that I'll end up taking off before I put in the field. On the inside of it though, it has a screen, so you can program it, review videos, and do everything from the screen. Something I haven't seen in any camera that I've done before is as a removable lithium battery. And there's pros and cons to that. Probably the contacts could get corroded and not charge, but if the battery dies, you could buy a new battery and put in it. So I think that there's positive and negative about that. Here's the inside of it. Again, the outside. The case, it feels like it's a really durable case. So next we'll go ahead and get this thing programmed. We'll get it out in the field. We'll get some pictures. So we're going to take a look at programming this GardePro 2.0. I'll set him right there for right now. So open up the app. Click on camera, do connect. Join it here. Start. Okay, so now you can see our battery's at 100%, SD card at 6%, temperature, number of photos, videos, product name, GardePro E8 2.0 Pro, model, version, camera. Let's look at settings real quick. Camera name, password, mode. We're going to look at detection here. Okay, yep. Language, photo gallery, photo burst, video quality, 4K, video length 25 seconds. At nighttime it's only 10 seconds though. Video sound is on. This thing has the best sound of any camera I've ever used. Video format is MOV, which is nice because then it can load onto my phone easy, onto my computer easy. Detection delay, so after it takes a video, it waits 10 seconds before it'll do another video. False trigger is high. There was almost no false triggers with this camera. That was awesome. Date, time, temperature unit in Fahrenheit, factory reset, or format SD card. Whenever you put a new card in a camera, you always want to format it. And let's look at gallery real quick. Daytime pictures. This is one of my favorite videos. Boy, this thing has really good sound. You can look at status here and it tells us what's going on there. 100%, 6%, yeah. And then we can go to live. There's a live mode. So the cool thing about that is I can completely program this game camera right from my phone. That makes life easy. Okay, I got my GardePro 2.0 overlooking this swamp. I have it set up here, cable lock around it, and I put the solar panel up over here. I'm looking forward to coming back and seeing what we got. Okay, I'm gonna Bluetooth into my camera. It's about 30 yards behind me. The cool thing is I don't have to touch it. I don't have to get close to it. I don't have to leave human scent anywhere around, and I'll be able to see what videos it took. I just placed it out yesterday, so hopefully something happened. And I've not Bluetoothed into it at all, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Okay, so now you can see there's a cow in there, a cow in there. It looks like me setting it up. Oh, so I set it up last night, and then a cow was in there. Yep. And so I'm going to download this one video here. You can see it's downloading here. Okay, so I've downloaded it, and there it is, moving around. And so you can see the cow moving through there. And so that's a really cool feature, is I don't have to get all the way up on it. Oops, we got a visitor. We got a moose back here somewhere. Alright, we're gonna get out of here and see what happens. So the GardePro 2.0 is a Wi-Fi camera that you can connect to with your phone from as much as 165 feet away. And one of the really cool things about that, I think, is you could set your camera up and then get within 150 feet, we'll say, which is a decent distance. Download everything on it, never have to go and touch your camera, never have to put scent right where your camera is. And so with the Wi-Fi and the solar capability, you can set it up, never have to change batteries in it because it's solar powered, it has its own internal battery. And then you never have to get close to it again to leave your scent on it. So another fun factoid is this camera shoots in 4K, and I'll tell you, and I'm not exaggerating, this thing has the best sound of any game camera I've ever used. It shoots both during the day and at nighttime. And at nighttime, then it has IR lights that go out, and you can tell from the videos that the moose or animals don't see infrared light, which is kind of hard to comprehend to me. I mean, we can see it in the camera, but if we went past that camera, we wouldn't see the infrared light either. It has a 0.1, which is a 1/10 of a second trigger speed. That's pretty quick. And then this thing, I put it out in some really, really nasty weather. We got lots of rain, lots of wind up to 50 miles an hour. We probably got several inches of rain in the time this was in the field. And it never, ever had a problem. It's got, let's open it real quickly here. It's got a little rubber gasket around here. And so when it closes up, it's completely closed. So it's weather tight. It takes 65 megapixel pictures, 4K video, and it shoots both at night and during the day. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to Bluetooth into my camera. Last time we were doing this, we were interrupted by a moose coming down the hill. In this opening video, this cow moose is probably 60 feet from the camera, and it triggered the motion sensor and activated the camera. We have really good color here. It looks like the margins of the leaves and everything are really crisp.
this one you can see this moose was even further than the last one away, and it triggered it. This whole clip is kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on here, but these guys are busy doing something. And again, we have really good color here and great sound. Our first nighttime video has great illumination. Really good color here and fantastic sound. Look at this guy on the left-hand side. He's just teasing us. We'll call him Mystery Bubble. Great illumination here in the evenings. You can see the way that I have this camera set up that illuminates stuff directly in front of it, but yet it's still illuminating and picking up motion much further away. This clip is pretty wild. We're looking at a cow and a calf moose, but you can hear a bull moose grunting. If you look through the trees on the left-hand side, you can see that bull coming through here. Really fantastic sound here. Here's another great example of why video quality and video clarity is so important. Even through all these bushes, you can see that this is a bull. He's not a huge bull, but it's a bull.
I've repositioned this game camera to a new location. First, we'll take a look at the game camera, and then we'll look at the location and why it's interesting. I've positioned the camera about 10 feet off the ground on the snag, and I have the solar panel up over here. What that's going to do for me is I have the camera in the afternoon shade, and I have the solar panel in the afternoon light, so it should get a good enough sunlight there. And I broke some branches in front of the solar panel, so it'll hopefully get good solar on it. About this spot, there's a bit of a trail here. And there's a pretty well used moose trail that comes down through here, through this location, and out into that field. So we're going to get out of here, and hopefully we get some good moose pictures on this camera.
Again, the video quality is really good here. The sun's kind of washing me out, but you can see good definition. We got a moose right below us here. Now this is one of the coolest clips I've got in a long time. This is a whole lynx family. You can hear a call there. And in the background you can hear a moose grunting, so there's a bull moose somewhere in the background. Probably following this cow. We're going to look at this again. This is like 600% zoom. You can see that this mother lynx has a collar on, so fish and game must be following her. Great video quality, great color.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what's on this camera. This camera's been sitting here about 3 weeks. Anything's done it or not. It's full of water. It's been raining out here a lot. So let's just go right to gallery. Bull, cow, moose, cow. There I am, bull. Okay, so there really hasn't been a whole lot out here for a while. It's got pictures of me here. Well, let's look and see. That's me there. That's going to be me. That's me. There's a bull in here very recently. Boy, this thing has great sound. All right, We're gonna go ahead and pull this camera right now and get out of here. Sun's starting to go down. We got a few miles to put on before we get back.
I've moved locations again with this camera here, and you can see in this spot I start out with a moose right below the camera. Really good video quality. And of course the sound is exceptional, as I've mentioned several times on this video. This is pretty amazing. That moose is a long ways out there, but yet the sensors picked it up. And you can even see stars in the sky. Really good nighttime video here. And I probably don't need to mention the sound again. We've all figured that out. Nice, sharp, crisp edges here. Good video. Nice little hole here. One of the things I really like about this spot is that we got moose coming from the left, from the right, further away, and from behind us. We're able to check out kind of all of those margins and how the sensors work. The sensors seem like they work really well. It used to be the case that zooming in with a game camera was impossible. And here we are at night zooming in. This is pretty fabulous. Nice nighttime image.
Whenever I do a trail camera review, one of my goals is to give you enough information so that you can make up your own mind. You'll be able to say, you know, that's the camera I'm looking for, it's not the camera I'm looking for. Every camera has its pros and cons, just like every setup has its pros and cons, and each season has its pros and cons. But this camera, it's Wi-Fi capable. You can Wi-Fi into it from 160 feet away, so you never have to get close to the camera again. The video, I think, is really good video. It has the best sound of any video camera I've ever used. It withstood some really, really significant weather. It's a little bit larger than a lot of game cameras on the market right now. And that probably has its pros and cons too. The smaller cameras, I think, are a wave that's coming in, but this thing has a lot of features, and so I suspect all the features probably took a little bit bigger box. I didn't think it was too big, too clunky to take out. I mean, if you had to haul 100 of them somewhere, that'd probably be a big deal. If you're hauling 3 or 4 or something like that, for the quality of video and the quality of sound, I think it's probably worth the pack. All in all, I think it's a very good camera. I think it's a cool camera. It certainly has its place in my arsenal of cameras. Hey friends, before we close this video out, I want to share some bonus footage with you and tell you about a sale GardePro's having. They're having their Black Friday sale, November 14th through December 3rd, 2025. In this sale, they'll have their best prices of the year. I'll include their website in the link, and in that link there'll also be a code that you can use to save an additional 10%. Here's the fox den. I got my GardePro right here, and way up there is the solar panel.
I'm going to take just a second to explain this setup to you. This is over a fox den. I currently have 3 game cameras in here, so that's the second one there. We'll consider this one the first one, and above this camera I also have another camera in here. And so when we start looking at illumination, you'll see sometimes as many as 3 cameras illuminating. But look at the image quality here. This is fabulous. One thing that's real interesting about that last clip, I've been surveilling this fox den for probably 6 months, and I've never ever heard those foxes make that noise. That is a noise that foxes make, and you'd think after 6 months I would have gotten a clip of that noise. But the sound quality of this camera is so much better than anything else I'm used to. I was able to finally capture that noise. Really good nighttime video quality here. You can see that second IR come on. And really good daytime quality here. So this fox den's got about 4 entrances, and that's one of them. And you can see there's so much light coming in here that does wash these out. Beautiful fox, and you can really only tell that because of the quality of the video. I've become more and more impressed with this camera.
Thanks for watching today.